Okay, I am going live. I will share the link momentarily. As soon as this opens up, please let me know if you can hear me okay. Where is my mouse? I've lost my mouse. Where are you? Please know if you can hear me okay. Uh-oh. Where is my mouse? I lost my mouse. Okay, I can hear myself, so I know my speaker's working. Just give me one moment here. I think my mouse just died. Did my mouse just die? Know if you can hear me okay. Okay, 1 second. I apologize. Technical difficulties. Loud and clear on echo. Okay, let me just. Myself, so I know my speaker's working. Just give me one moment here. I think my mouse just died. Did my mouse just die? Where is it? Here we go. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Okay. I apologize. There you go. I found it. How is my sound? Is it okay before I pop in? I think I have everything set up really good, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, 1 sec. Where is my here? Where's my chat? I'm just popping my chat out here and then pop out chat. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I will send the invite here momentarily. I'm just trying to get everything situated. So you're going to see the screen's going to look weird for a minute as I'm moving stuff where I need it to be. I am on my new computer, you guys. Okay, so that's big. Whew. Okay. Now, here is the Zoom link for anybody that wants to join with Zoom. All right, I think I got this figured out. I hope so anyways. We're a little bit early. Can you hear me okay still? We'll just hold on. As you can see, I'm playing with my screens a little. Here we go. Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Okay. So I have to remember I'm using my phone as my webcam because I forgot that a regular computer doesn't have a webcam.
Oh.
So I have to remember to look up there, otherwise I'm looking everywhere else.
No problem.
Mm-hmm. Sound is good?
Yep, sounds good.
Perfect. All right. So you're already on camera. We'll just have people popping in, hopefully. I think it's just us right now because we're a little bit early. Are you making this one?
No, I'm still working on yet another tumbleweed.
Oh, there you go.
I thought I broke my machine, so I was almost in tears this afternoon.
Oh dear.
What the heck went wrong?
Not good.
Not a good time for my sewing machine to break down, that's for sure.
Nope.
I have a diaper bag I want to make before May 28th, and I have all these tumbleweeds I want to get done as soon as possible.
Oh no.
Found out it's 12 tumbleweeds, not 9.
Oh wow. Good for you. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia, are you going to join us on Zoom today? Or just so I know Cynthia's sewing along with us. She's feeling a little better. Yay. I guess this is our first sewing day of this bag. Man, this month is getting away from us and then... goodness me.
That's weird.
Okay. Let's get acquainted with what we will be doing today. Okay. Yay, Cynthia. The Zoom link is there if you decide you want to join, but of course, there's absolutely no pressure. What time is it? It is. Oh, we still got 10 minutes, so.
2:51, yeah.
Cynthia says hi, Dawn.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
Coco says hi. Can you guys hear her?
Hi, Coco.
So I played with some settings in Zoom, so I'm hoping the sound will be better and more even. Cynthia, can you be the test? When Dawn and I talk, is our volume about the same?
It's doing it again, darn it. My thread keeps shredding. It's not the best thread, but I've used it before and this hasn't happened.
How old
I don't know what's going on.
How old is your needle?
I just changed it for this project.
That's not it. Then I was hoping that would be it.
Yeah, it's been a joy.
Yeah, sometimes a needle will get, I don't know, sometimes in the eye there'll be like a little sliver of metal which causes that. So maybe you have a lemon of a needle, but.
You know what I might have done is put it in backwards. The little blit is supposed to be on the right side.
Facing towards the inside of the machine. Is that what you did? Oh, good, Cynthia. They sound about the same. Perfect. I know last time I was quieter than everybody, so. Cynthia, have everything cut out and interfaced? Oh, I need to get my, where's my book? Book. So I can mark these here. So I have the new computer set up. I'm changing so many things around that I seem a little lost. So I keep looking at my laptop camera when I should be looking at my phone camera because my laptop is not filming this. My phone is. And I'm trying to make eye contact with you guys, and if I don't, I apologize. Alrighty, so today is the, what are we? What is the date today? I don't even know anymore.
21st.
21st, thank you.
No.
I have Dawn and I have Cynthia sewing with me today.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh, that's no good.
Oh, my little box of pattern pieces. And I don't know where to put it so that it's not in the way of my sewing.
No. There we go. All right. Cynthia, are you going to come on to Zoom or you're just going to hang out there? Hanging out there is fine too. No pressure to anybody, of course. I feel out of whack because I feel like it's Monday today because of the long weekend.
I know.
I don't know if well, in Canada here it was Victoria Day yesterday, so it was May long weekend, and we escaped to the lake for 4 days. I am sunburnt. I don't know if you can see how red I am. My lips are burnt. They hurt so much. Dawn had given me some lip balm, but I can't find it. Oh, it's in a drawer somewhere. I have it somewhere. You gave me a couple, so.
Yeah.
If you see me applying aloe to my lips, that is why. I've never... And throwing stuff all over the place.
Cynthia, did you see Okla Roots do a video about the aviatrix today?
Yes.
Just, a little story video on Instagram.
So Jess Okla Roots sewed up our bag, and she is doing a tutorial for us, and it should be, if all goes well, June 17th on her channel, but check out her Instagram stories. throughout that Instagram story, she shows off her aviatrix bag, and it is gorgeous. Great timing because, of course, Thursday class in June, we are doing the aviatrix. No worries, Cynthia. I didn't want to do my hair and makeup today either, but I did. So we got still 4 minutes before class starts. Do we have any show and tell, Dawn? Have you made anything the last little while?
I made this one.
I figured we could start with some show and tell sometimes for those on Zoom. Did I show the reporter bag already? Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you finding it easier to do the tumbleweed with connectors rather than just doing the handles? Like the pattern?
100%.
Yeah, I figured so much.
100%. And I got this in the mail from my fabric dresser.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Was that her retail, or is that did you pre-order that?
What does she call it when she's done her pre-order and then she's got
excess?
Left like a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, retail. That's her retail. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is retail.
So
and
I know
she's
she's
going to make the diaper bag with.
Oh, that'll be nice.
And I'm going to do the teal.
I was going to say, are you going to make the accent the teal, because that would be gorgeous. Yeah.
She's having a baby boy, so I thought, I could go brown, but I'm not. No, I want.
No, you want the pop of color. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
What color hardware are you going to do?
I haven't really looked yet. I just got it not too long ago, so I'm going to put all my different hardwares on here and see what I like the best. I'm
thinking gunmetal or even antique brass. Both of those would work really nice with that.
Mm-hmm. When I looked at the brown, I thought antique brass. So I have to make sure I've got enough, because if I'm going to have it done May 28th, I pretty much have to have what I need in stock.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So 2 more minutes until class starts. So I think this is what we're going to do each class, is I'll come in like 10 minutes early like this. So anybody that wants to pop into Zoom can. We can have a little chit chat and do some show and tell. Did I show my reporter bag? I know I just posted.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I think that's all I made last week. So I'll do my show and tell.
Okay.
Okay. So this to those of you that are members, of course, well, anybody that's watching this right now is members. I have posted the tutorial and the meet the bags for this. This is the reporter bag by Can Do Patterns.
That's beautiful.
So I used this is that the 600 denier with the black backing from Sam Fabrics. That's what this is. That waterproof canvas. And then this is I think this is called Hot Galaxy Customs Canuck. I don't know if it's hot or pink. I think it's hot. And then the Loon Black. Yeah.
Very nice.
And then just I use seatbelt webbing and a pocket. And it's got this one is actually I did it just like the pattern, and it's a snap. So I installed a snap there. Haven't done that in a while, so that was fun.
Nice.
And it's got a huge slip pocket on one side. You can't see it because it's black. And then on this side, I put the zipper pocket, but in the pattern, she has 2 more different size slip pockets on that side. But you know me, I like to do the pocket. And it's bound. Yeah. I did waterproof canvas binding.
Nice.
But it's a pretty nice one to practice binding with, because the curves are so gradual. It's really just rectangular, right? So, because binding on curves is hard, but this just kind of is a great way of learning how to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Cynthia just watched
Brandy,
the tutorial.
My goodness.
Yeah.
It was a full-time job keeping up with the people who were joining Facebook this weekend. I am telling you, I
know.
could not believe it.
And I think we're 400 away from 13,300 on the YouTube side. So, yeah. No, Facebook just blew up while I was away.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Happy to see it.
Yeah. 3 o'clock. Hopefully get a few more people in. Who else did we have doing this one? Dawn, did you cut this one out? I had you cutting with me last time. Maybe you didn't.
No. No.
Rhonda was going to make this one, but I don't know if she's going to pop on. And Diana's going to be a little bit late, so.
Oh, okay.
Which is okay. But we'll give it about 5 minutes, and then we will get going. So Dawn isn't making this one, but she's hanging out here. One thing great about Dawn being an amazing admin is if I miss something in the chat, she can yell at me on Zoom, say, hey, Brandy, pay attention.
Exactly.
Let me just make sure this is all staying live. Okay. So yeah, I'm hoping all my cameras are working properly. I got the Mac Studio computer. Oh my gosh. This computer is so much better than my laptop. I'm still having the USB bandwidth problem where I can't run all of my cameras at the same time. But I think because we're doing these Zoom classes, so I don't have to switch between turning one camera off to turn the other one on. When I'm at the machine, because we're going to have the Zoom up in one corner, I'm going to just be doing the over-the-shoulder, the needle view on the Tommy, or I call it my Tommy camera because it's the one I usually use for my Tommy machine, but not the front of the machine, but the needle view, because I think that is probably the most useful view for everybody for the classes. So does that work for everybody? I think so. I think it'll be okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let me know if it doesn't work. Tuesdays always seem to be my guinea pig group. So
That's okay. We don't mind being your guinea pig.
Yeah. So yeah, we did have some other people. This is a class of only 15. Tuesday's always the more intimate group, but yeah. We did have a few more that were making it, but maybe with the long weekend. This group, probably 75% of this group is Canadian. So if that's the case, I could see people being working late and everything today, having had the long weekend and everything. So yeah, we'll get started.
Before I turn off my sound, I have to tell you, I decided to use Bouncy Firm instead of fleece for this tumbleweed. So I'm going to see it because I wanted it to be just a little bit stiffer.
Yes, so it'll be a little bit tougher to turn, but not too bad. And it won't come loose. Oh, I got a thumbs up. Look at that. I must have did it. I don't know how it works. Oh, YouTube. So yeah, I actually, Bouncy Firm you can't buy anywhere in North America, I don't believe. And the reason Dawn's talking about that is I actually used that in that reporter bag. It called for fleece. And I only had like a really low loft fleece and it wasn't giving it enough squish. And that is definitely a bag you don't want to use foam in. And Bouncy Firm is from Serial Bag Makers out of Belgium. And I explain it kind of like if Luxxe Lite and foam had a baby, it would be Bouncy Firm because it's got it's fusible, so you can keep it out of the seam allowances. But unlike fusible foam and fusible Luxxe Lite, when you turn it, it doesn't pull away from that. I don't use fusible foam just because I find, just like Luxxe Lite, when you go and you're like manipulating it and everything like that, the fusing comes off or it becomes wrinkled and you just want to cry after. This stuff does not do that. So maybe one day we will have a Canadian or a North American supplier for this stuff. But currently I just ordered a big whole full roll, 30.5 meters, and I'm sharing it with Dawn. We've ordered it together. So yeah, so 85% of the time I'm going to be using foam. There's a place for Luxxe Lite / EB Fuse Lite. This is a little bit more dense than, or EB Fuse Heavy, a little more dense than EB Fuse Heavy, but it gives it that squish that is satisfying from foam. Maybe not as squishy, but does give you that nice touch. So yes, Dawn, please let us know how that works in the tumbleweed, because I can see it working really well, because it's usually fleece, right? That's the you could probably use it in the train case instead of the foam, and that would be so much easier, I would think, too.
Yeah, if this goes well, I'm going to try it in place of the foam as well.
And then, yeah, when my bolt comes, probably, hey, Luxxe, long time no see, Luxxe. Are you going to join us on Zoom today and show us that cute little baby boy?
Yeah.
There's the Zoom link here in the chat for anybody that wants to join via Zoom. We are going to get started here pretty quick. And Luxxe, are you sewing this one with us? We are running about 55 seconds behind.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah. So yeah, Luxxe, since you were on last, we have added in a Zoom component. So anybody that wants to be in Zoom can. Once we get the class started, everybody mutes themselves on Zoom and only unmutes if they have a bag making or a question about what we are making. And then it's going to be all the same views except for the, rather than having just me in the top corner, it's going to be everybody that is in the Zoom class. You are not video presentable, neither is Cynthia, so it's okay.
Oh,
maybe next time.
Neither am I.
Oh, Dawn, you look beautiful as always. I said I'm sunburnt. Can you guys see how?
I can't even see
my face. My scalp is so burnt. I'm burnt all across here and my forehead. I freckled like no tomorrow. I do not know how this happened because it was snowing and raining all weekend up where we were camping, but that's okay. Yeah, I burn easy. So, Luxxe, were you going to make this one with us today? And then we will get started. I guess we'll get started at 10 after now. So, yay, Luxxe. Just let it catch up. So I have a screen here that just has the chat on here. On my iPad, I have YouTube going so I can make sure it's running okay, and that's how I can see how many seconds we are behind. New computer, I'm using my phone, and I keep forgetting to look at my phone for my face camera. And then I have 1, 2, 3 other screens along this side. You can kind of see the corner of the third screen here. This new computer is phenomenal. That's what I was going to say is usually when I make a tutorial, to process from my iMovie to an MP4 format to go to YouTube, that usually takes about an hour, and then it usually takes anywhere from an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to upload it to YouTube. With this new computer that all of you helps me buy by donating to coffee, so I got about $2,000 in coffee donations, and I put $1,000 of my own money in to get this computer, but it did all of that processing and everything in half an hour. Like wow. Processing to MP4, I think that took like 10 minutes, if that, and then it was like 10-15 minutes to get up onto YouTube. My mind was blown. Wow. So my computer didn't get all tied up. On my laptop, I almost couldn't film anything else at the same time because I was waiting and I didn't want to overrun the computer. But on that note, I'm using my phone right now as one of my webcams because I forgot that I wouldn't have my laptop for the webcam because you can't connect them together that way. So I'm actually not minding the phone. I actually have a mount that's coming that I'm going to put it on top of my Zoom screen here. So I look at the camera more because it'll be where I can see all the other people. So you're going to see me like looking over here because I'm looking at Dawn like I'm looking dead on at Dawn right now, but I should be looking right here. So I apologize if I'm not making eye contact. So,
no.
But again, I think I have all of my audio good. You guys will have to let me know. I do have my iPad chat on over at the machine. So if for some reason, you can't hear me, type it in there. Dawn, again, isn't making this one with us today, but she does. You do have YouTube open, so you can see the chat, Dawn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if I'm not paying attention and my back's to you, which it will be when we're at that machine, she can yell at me. So this is why this is so great. And then if you decide you want to be part of the Zoom, when you are having issues, you can say, whoa, Brandy, slow down. Can you show me that again? Or I don't know why this is happening. You can show me your work, and then we can go from there and see who can help. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So so Luxxe says, I'm not sewing today. I have to catch up on this bag. It's okay. We're only on class number 2. So We will be done this one next week. This is a really, really fast sew, I hope. So, yeah. Another good thing is you can see my iron. I moved my iron. Where are we going? It's backwards. I moved my ironing station over here. So when we get to the card slot section, I'm going to take my webcam and I'm just going to tilt it over. So you guys on the Zoom will see my back end, but on the camera side, you will be able to see how I am working at the iron. So that's the bonus of Riley moving into the other side of my room because I had to move my ironing station over here. So, all right. Any questions before we go? Are you ready, Cynthia? Or not go, you know, get ready to sew. Just wait for it to
I'm going
catch
to
up.
turn myself off now, or the sound off.
Sounds good.
And I'll mute.
Dawn is on mute. Okay. Now, the only thing I'm having is because I have 5 different screens, I keep losing my mouse. So you will see my mouse come across the screen every now and then because I'm going from screen to screen because I have my software over on this computer here. So let me see, which one do I want? All right, how is this view for everybody? Does this work? Is the top right hand corner okay? I think you still see a lot of the table and my mess here. But I think that's okay. I put cube shelves underneath my desk here. Like my room, I'm moving all my stuff from one side to this side so Riley can have that whole side on the opposite side. So, all right. So let's get started. So we are going to start, we left homework of doing our crossbody straps or our wristlet. I haven't done mine yet, but that's not something that we are going to go through together. We are going to hop right on over to page 13, step number 5. Now what is great about Car Threads Patterns is I love how at the very, very top, she tells you all of the pieces that you need to do this section. So if you look at page 13, grab out those pattern pieces and we're going to set them on the desk and then we don't have to dig for them. You know me, always losing my pieces. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Exterior. So we need pattern piece A, pattern piece B. Is that this one? Pattern piece B, where are you? Pattern piece B, so we can take that one out. I'll lay them out here so you guys can see. We got A, or we got B, and we got C. I need my A, which is the top panel. I think that's all solid vinyl. That's not it. What's this one? Not that one. There it is. Pattern piece A. C, B, C. And pattern piece E. That is the pocket. I just had you in my hand. Where did you go? There you are. That, and then we are going to also need your magnetic snap. Holy moly, Coco. You'll have to let me know if my, if we get that high-pitched sound at all. I don't think we will with this, especially when Coco barks, because we know she sets that off, so. Now what I'm also going to do, we're going to also do our nameplate. Let me grab my other one. Let go. So I think I put my nameplate here and you can see how close that was for the top stitching. I think for this one I'm actually going to put my nameplate in the bottom right hand corner. So when we do our pocket, we have to take that into account when we get there, but we're not doing that just yet. But before we start sewing that pocket together, please do remind me that I'm going to put my nameplate there, okay? Because I will forget. So, because I know me, I will forget. So I've also pulled out my nameplate, as well as scrap of a Decavol Heavy. All right. So give me a thumbs up or let me know when you have all of your pieces for this section, and then we will get started. I think my view shows more of the table. Does it seem to show more of the table? Yeah? That's good. Okay. Give you a couple minutes to get all of your stuff out. Sure my iPad's not going to sleep. It's not. So this is the piece where on the exterior I did put in the I used EB Fuse Heavy or Decavol Light. This would have been a great place to put some of that bouncy firm, because I'm obsessed with that stuff right now. But this is not necessary. You didn't have to do this. It was an optional thing which I chose to do. Now I hope this doesn't confuse you, because I'm using both of my exterior fabrics. I'm using my main exterior fabric as the underside of my flap, just because I want it to all be in vinyl. So all right, so give you a minute or so, Cynthia, and then we will install our magnetic snap. Let me know when you're ready. Where's my pen? There it is. I'm going to try my best. One thing, I have all my monitors raised up and off of the table, where before I had my old monitor on the table, so I can store everything underneath my monitors. It's amazing. But I keep losing everything because I don't know where anything is. So we are going to need our pattern piece C, the paper piece. Guess we're going to need some of this as well. Just wait for it to catch up and then we will get started. Oh, there's a... Can you hear that? There's about 20 teenagers walking by my house right now. They're all waving and shouting at me. Hi, Mrs. Jackson! I don't know how they know me. All right. My chat stopped moving, but I assume it's still going. And I've lost my mouse. Okay, so what we're going to do is on our lining piece, on the wrong side of our lining piece, we're going to take our pattern piece C, and I've already punched out a hole where my magnetic snap's supposed to be, right in the center. So I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to make a mark where that magnetic snap goes. If my pen works. I am also going to find the top raw edge center and do a little snip. Oh, I need my scissors. Where are you? There you are. Ready to go? Perfect, Cynthia. Okay. So just doing a little snip there. Now what we are going to do is right where we installed that, and yes, it looks like it's quite a ways up, and that is right. That is how it's supposed to be. We're going to go ahead and install the male side. So I'm just going to double check that it was the male side. Yeah, it's the male side of our magnetic snap right there, and back it with a piece of a Decavol Heavy or Peltex or a heavy stabilizer of some sort. Okay, so do it as per your manufacturer's instructions. I'm just using a small magnetic snap because that's what I had in rainbow. And it's pouring rain. This is great. We're getting so much rain, so maybe we won't be on fire this year. That would be amazing. Okay. I'm going to find the one with the nubbin on it. And then install that. Now, if you are using cotton for this lining piece, you may want to just put a little bit of fray check on those slits just to give it a little extra something to make sure it doesn't fray. It probably won't, but I know when I use cotton, I like to do that just to make sure. Okay, and I'm just going to use the edge of my table to push those in. I don't think there's a wrong way of doing your prongs. I always push mine into the center, but I know some like to open it out. I always take my mallet and give it a little bit of a stay in place, and then put some double-sided tape. The lining one with the male snap. That's right, Cynthia. Just like so. Do you know what? While we're at it with this, seeing as we have all of those tools out, we will also do our nameplates if you're doing it on your front, no, the pocket piece. The front slip pocket panel, so the exterior piece of that. And you can put your nameplate wherever you like. So on this one, I did it at the top, but again, you can see my top stitching went a little bit wonky right there because it was so close. We do that top stitching almost as a last step, which is different in a bag. So, and my tag is quite short and it barely fits. So I think I'm going to do mine down in the corner here. So I'm just going to kind of figure out where I want that to go. So I'm going to say 1, 1 5/8. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to place this because then it might help you guys too. 1 inch. I think I'm going to go 1 5/8 up and 1 5/8 in on the right hand side, and we'll see how that looks. 5/8 up. And that's going to be my center mark. 1 5/8 and 1 5/8. I think that's going to work well for me because these are going to be 1 inch boxed corners. So I'm just going to mark that that is going to be the center right there and over for my nameplate or handmade tag. So when this folds in and up, you can kind of fold these in and you will see where it's going to lay right there, and I think that'll be good. So go ahead and put your nameplate where, if you're going to be doing this as well, right there, and I think that's going to work perfectly fine. I can barely see it on this material. Where are you? I need to use a different pen. Where's my chalk? That's better. Okay. Get this out of the way so we do not forget. One, two, three. And again, everybody's nameplates are a different size, so make sure you take that into account. Yeah, I think that'll work perfectly fine. So again, this is on the exterior slip pocket. I actually like to put a small piece of foam under there, so I'll just grab a scrap. That laundry hamper holds all of my scraps or working interfacings. So just because my hooks or my prongs, if I don't have foam or something thick under there, it doesn't, my nameplate moves, so that's why I put that in there. Okay, so let me know once you have your nameplate placed and your snap in, and then we will move on. Make sure we're straight. Not quite. Are we straight now? Straight now. So I can see if I were to fold this one in, like it was a box corner, I think that is pretty good placement for that nameplate there. Works for me. All right. So you can set that pocket piece aside for now. I just wanted to make sure I wouldn't forget to do that. So. Where did I put my instructions? So if you didn't want to use the placement on the pattern piece, she also has measurements in the pattern. Again, I can't give away those measurements. Next, what we want to do is we want to take these two pieces and we want to put them right sides together. First, I'm going to find the center of my exterior piece as well. Once you have that snap on, go ahead and put them right sides together. I just like to line up that center. We're not going to be sewing this top part, but that just helps get it nice and straight and held in place. And we're going to clip it all the way around here, matching up the raw edges. Oh, got string. Cynthia, if I get moving too fast, please do let me know. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to just assume we're good and I'm going to keep rolling along. Okay, then we're going to take this to the machine. The seam allowance is shown on page 13 in step 5. We're going to use that seam allowance and we're going to sew all the way around here, but not across the top, just around the curvy parts. All right. Okay, so I'm going to switch the view. You guys will have to let me know if my sound is good, please. I think it's going to be good as soon as I can find my mouse because I've lost it again. Man, where are you? But I'm going to be losing my mouse a lot, you guys. Where are you, mouse? Oh my goodness, and I can't. Hello. Oh, there you are. Okay. I lost it again. Where'd you go now? I keep losing my mouse. Oh, it's over here. Okay, I'm going to follow it from that screen. Oh, that didn't go where I wanted it to go. Oh my gosh. I think it's because I put my mouse onto my, I can share my mouse with my laptop. There it is. Found it. Dawn's laughing at me. This is not good. I can actually see her laughing at me. Okay. All right, so you're going to see my back on the Zoom. Can you guys hear me over here? I'm going to hold off. You let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Dawn?
Yep.
Okay, good. Cynthia and Lexi, can you hear me okay over here? I guess I could turn my sound on and I can see if I can hear myself. Loud and clear. Excellent. Okay. So yes, leave that top straight edge open and stitch all the way around. You want to make sure you take your corners nice and slow so you have nice, beautiful shape around those curves. I always like to, I always hand crank my curves because I always feel like I have a lot more control to get a good shape, but you can do you. This is just me. It's one of the reasons I'm not the fastest sewist in the world, because I hand crank, I swear, all the time around those curves. You're going to feel your magnetic snap right here, so make sure you don't run over it. if you're using a large one and you're going to be too close, it might be a good idea to use a zipper foot here as well, so you wouldn't run over it, but I used a small snap and it's fine. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you for being my guinea pigs. And this view is good. I got my little puppy dog here to say hi to everybody. All right, I'm gonna keep my mouse where it needs to be. All right, so that is what we have. Now we want to grab our pinking shears. And we are now at the very bottom of page 13, and you are going to see she only does the pinking shears or little V's just where it's curvy, like so. You don't have to trim it all the way around, just where it's curvy, just to reduce some of that bulk so we can poke out those curves really good. These are the pinking shears that Miss Cynthia bought me. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you to think of me. View is great. Perfect. Okay, so this takes us to page 14. So you can go ahead and you can turn this right side out. See, it's easy to turn out. Poke out those curves nicely. Roll them between your fingers, and we're going to clip the top open edge all the way across, as well as we're going to clip our seams all nicely poked out to prepare for top stitching. Okay, so once you have that, look how nice that looks. We're going to baste across the top, and then we're going to top stitch around the finished seam. Ouch. Look good on both sides. Yay. Coco says hi. I got to finally use purple, Kasaya's purple thread here. I don't make much purple, but this thread is so pretty. It has such a beautiful sheen to it. I've only got 2 of them. My friend Sonia sent me some from Alabama when she ordered it. It was so nice of her. So I got orange and I've got purple. And I don't use either of those often, but they are beautiful colors. And I'm hand cranking around those corners because I'm anal about an even seam allowance. Okay, Cynthia, sounds good. Stop me if you have any questions. I'll just keep going. I'm impressed you were doing this. Do you still have your boot on from your surgery? All right. That is the flap done. Okay. Ignore the oil. I just oiled my machine, but that's what it looks like on both sides. Set that aside for now. Now we want to grab out those front slip pocket pieces we had been working with. Of course, I didn't trim my interfacing, so I'll do that quickly. We have quite a few members that ended up taking a break because they've had surgeries, hip surgeries and ankle surgeries and knee surgeries. So hopefully they will be coming back soon. Keep in touch with them all to make sure they're all doing good. We're all friends here, so seem to be the surgery or the year for all the surgeries. Okay, so we are now on page 14, step number 8. On the exterior side of our slip pocket, so the one we put the nameplate on, we're going to find our top and bottom centers. I have also put EB Fuse Heavy or Luxxe Lite on this piece too. They were the only exterior pieces that I interfaced. That was an optional option in the pattern, and I went for it because I like it to be a little bit stiffer. Okay, I'm going to do my lining piece the same way, find my top and bottom centers. Okay, now on the exterior piece, we are going to use our pattern piece again to find the placement for the female side of our snap. So I'm lining this up where it says cut on the fold with my 2 centers, and you can see right here is the placement of our magnetic snap. So I'm just going to mark that and go ahead and install the female side of my snap right there. That's with some Luxxe Heavy. So where is my female side? Did I put it away? I did. All right. That was some Luxxe Heavy. Rainbow looks lovely with that purple. Wow. Where did I put my mallet? Put some duct tape on the back. Just like so. Try to keep this somewhat tidy. Okay, so once we have that done, we're going to go ahead. We're on step 9. We're going to take our lining piece and our exterior piece, put them right sides together, match up that top center, and just clip across the top straight edge. And then we're going to do 2 steps at the machine rather than coming back to the table. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to sew across here with the seam allowance that is stated in step 9. I can't give out seam allowances or measurements, you guys. And then we are going to turn these 2 panels once sewn wrong sides together, and then we're going to top stitch through the top with the seam allowance in step 10. So let's go do that. I'm just going to check my bobbin quickly because I know I didn't start with the full bobbin for this one. I definitely don't want to run out when I'm top stitching. No, I should be good. Okay, so flip them wrong sides together. I'm going to finger press those seams in place and hold with clips. Sometimes it helps to match up that bottom center too, just to help hold it where it needs to be. Because I can see I'm pulling to the side here. There we go. Move this up so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's all even. Go ahead and top stitch across the top. So that's what that looks like. This vinyl from Sam Fabrics, this is a nice vinyl. It's gorgeous to sew with. So that looks good. Let me see what we're doing next now. Okay, so now we finished step 10. We're on to page 14, step 11. We want to grab an exterior bottom panel, one of them. Find our top and bottom centers of this one as well. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to line up our bottom centers, all 3 layers. Put them in place. You can also clip your box corners. We're going to be basting all of these in place. So right side up and right side up. We want to make sure they're all lining up good. So we catch them all. This material is a little bit stretchy, I'm finding, so I got to make sure it's behaving. Okay, before I base this in place, I'm just going to take my flap and click it in there. Make sure that center still lines up, which it does. Thinking Yes. We're going to skip a step at the same time, seeing as we're basting. So you're going to click that in, and you're going to match up that top center and clip the flap on as well. And then we can baste this on at the same time as we're basting the sides. Saves us a trip to the machine to do the basting all at the same time. Now I am going to make sure that this is definitely centered just by measuring here, and I'm dead on center. So we're going to baste the flap on, and then we're going to baste down. We're also going to baste around these box corners. So you're going to baste down here, across, down, across, up, across, and up. Basting is just 1/8 of an inch. So I'm not even going to break my thread. I'm just going to baste, even there's nothing to baste here, to the end, just so I don't have to cut my thread all the way to the end. Go down. Cross. We're almost done our front main panel already, you guys. That's how fast this is. I lost my mouse. No, I'm opening stuff. There we go. Ooh, I almost opened up the window of the new Pin It Up Patterns pattern. That would have been bad if that was on the wrong screen. Yes, we do have a new pattern coming out end of June, beginning of July. It's almost a testers. I'm just doing the last testing myself, and then, yeah, it's a good one. You guys will like it. Anyways, back to this. So I can see here I have a little bit of excess lining. I'm just going to trim that up, and we're good. So we should have a functional pocket there. We've cut all the linings and everything. We're good to go. Okay, so now what we want to do, that we have finished page 15, number 12. Now what we want to do is take one of our exterior top panels, just one of them. We're going to find our top and bottom centers. Fold it in half. How's your foot feeling now, Cynthia? I know this is your first time sewing. Don't overdo it. Okay, so I have it laid out. We're going to take them and we're going to put them right sides together, lining up that center mark and clipping across. How are we doing for time? We're doing good. My goal was to get through the front and back panels today, and I think we're going to do it. Almost done the front panel, and then the back panel will take about the same amount of time. Okay, so now we're going to sew across here with the seam allowance, which is shown in, where are you? Step 13. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this up with our seam pointing up to the top, and then we're going to top stitch through that top panel A, and we're going to do that all at the machine. You're doing good? Excellent. Cynthia, this is such a great one to do when you're not feeling 100%. It's a very simple sew, and it's satisfying, and it's not too, you're not having to exert yourself too much. So this is a good way. Consider it physiotherapy. So that's sewn across, and I'm going to push. I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. This is why I miss having that front end camera, but I think you can see what I'm doing. I have my seam going towards the top. I'm just going to finger press this up like so, and then top stitch through that top panel. And that's it, you guys. That's the front panel done. Completely done. How fast was that? So this is where I had gone, and at this point I went and I put my nameplate here in the original one. But you don't actually sew the rest of it on later on, and that's where I found out that top stitching was too close. So definitely this bottom corner or on the back is much better. But that is the top panel, and we can set that aside for now. So now we are looking at page 15, step 6. We are going to need one exterior panel A, a panel B. Going to need our piece G, our back zipper pocket lining panel. Back zipper, make sure this is pattern piece G. Yeah, we're going to need pattern piece H, which is our facing, as well as the zipper length and pull that it is stated in the materials required for this step. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my zipper tape and put my pull on right now. Okay. Can't tell you guys what that is. You can't really see what I'm doing, but it's right there in the pattern. Okay. Zipper pull. Can I get my zipper pull on straight the first try? Hope so. No. Try again. Nope. Try again. Third time was the charm. Okay. So what you're going to see on page 15, step 6, number 1, you are going to see some markings that you have to do on the wrong side. I cannot share up on the wrong side of your facing. I cannot share what those measurements are. So go ahead and draw those out as per that picture. I'm just trimming up my inner facing here. I'm also going to find my top center here. Okay. So measure in from the sides as to what it says. Where's my pen? Where's this one? You know what? That side's not very straight. I'm going to use the other side of the facing because I got a straighter edge. I didn't cut it very good, so. Okay. Oops. That measures what it's supposed to, and it does. Okay, so that takes us to page 16. And what we want to do is we want to take the other bottom zipper panel, or exterior bottom panel. Find your top and bottom centers again. So what we're going to do is we have our bottom panel right side up, and we're going to take these and put them right sides together. So you want to make sure that area that you just drew right here is at the top. Match up that center and clip that in place. Ouch, I clipped my finger. Totally missed the fabric, totally got my finger. Okay, and then we are going to go and sew just down those marks that we made, kind of in a really long U shape. So just follow those lines that we drew. Make sure to backstitch well. Now when I get to the corner, I like to just do a little backstitch before I pivot, and then I like to do that again, just with 2 stitches in, 2 stitches back, and then across again. I just find it helps strengthen that corner for what we're about to do next. You don't have to do that, it's just what I like to do. Same with when I get to the other corner. Make sure my needle is down in that other corner. Back stitch 2 stitches, front stitch 2 stitches, pivot, front stitch 2 stitches, back stitch 2 stitches, and finish it off and back stitch. Okay. All right, don't need that pattern piece anymore. So this is what we got. Now what we want to do is, you'll see in step 5, she has us make a mark along the top away from that stitching. So go ahead and make that mark as per step 3. And then where that mark is, to the bottom corners, we want to draw a diagonal line. Just like so. So this is what we got. Then, this is scary, but not scary. Don't be scared. Where are my scissors? I'm losing everything. There they are. Those lines that we just drew, we're going to cut until as close as we can to that corner stitching. That's why I like to do those little back stitches without cutting that stitching. So you kind of get this going on both sides. Make sure you didn't cut that stitching. And then we're going to flip these wrong sides together. It's a little bit tricky. You want to make sure you're getting that shape. I'm actually going to heat up my iron because I'm going to Give this a quick press on the fabric side without touching my vinyl. You could use double-sided tape too, I guess, if you wanted to. I'm just going to put a clip there to hold that in place. Clip there to hold that in place too. A good press will definitely help hold this where it all needs to be. Now you can see what I've done there. This is what I'm going to take it and I'm going to press it, but this is kind of like what it should look like on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give that a press, being very careful not to touch my vinyl. And just do it from the cotton side. Be right back. Another thing you can do, because it's not quite wanting to press for me, I'm just going to take some masking tape or painter's tape. I'll be removing this. I'm just going to kind of put it to help hold the seam down like so, and we can take it off after. It'll just help hold it nice and flat because I am using a vinyl and it's hard to press that too much. But I want to make sure that this isn't going to go anywhere. But I don't want to use like permanent tape either. Okay. Just like so. So that's what that looks like. So now what we want to do, now that we kind of got that in place, hopefully it's going to stay. I actually can leave clips on this part here. Again, if you've used cotton, your pressing would definitely be holding this in place nicely. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take our back zipper pocket piece. You want to make sure you have this orientated right as well. Otherwise, you'll be too short on one side. Just trimming off my interfacing again. Okay, I'm going to make sure I know which way I'm going. So just hold your pattern piece down. And I can see this is the wrong side. See how my pattern piece is going a little bit too long? There we go. Make sure you have it orientated correctly, and that's it. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to get my top and bottom centers. It's like a very slight difference from the sides. Okay. So we are on step 5 of page 16. We want to make sure our zipper pull is going to the right. So it's closing to the right. We're going to put these, make sure I got this the right way. Zipper pocket lining is right side up. Your zipper is right side up. And it's a little bit longer. Oh, that's weird. That's longer. Go ahead and clip or tape that in place, whatever you prefer. Again, very important, your zipper pull is closing to the right. Everyone is so quiet today. Okay, now this is a different seam allowance, so make sure you check out the seam allowance in step 5 there, and we are going to sew across there with that seam allowance. I don't think we're doing any top stitching. We are not. So yes, straight across there with the seam allowance in step 5. It might help if I change my camera. I'm not going to worry about my zipper foot because this is a larger seam allowance, and I know that my foot is fine with this for this zipper tape. But if yours is a little bit wider, make sure you change into your zipper foot if you need to. But mine just goes perfectly right along here for that seam allowance. Now you have to have your needle down to move your zipper pull out of the way. Have to look. My husband just texted something. I want to make sure. Oh dear. So Dave didn't close the windows of his truck. I got to get Riley to go do that. He didn't do it yesterday and it's raining. Uh-oh. So just excuse me for 1 minute while I go grab my child to go do that. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Hopefully his truck's okay. He's had his windows open all night in his truck. The neighbor just texted him and he just noticed it. Uh-oh. And it's been raining. Okay. All right, we're doing good. So this is what we got. Now what we want to do is we want to flip this up like this. So this is right side up. We're going to flip it, but our zipper is going to be right side up, and we're going to press the seam down like so. So our zipper is now right side up, and our lining is wrong side up, and we're just going to give that a quick press. Alright, so that's what that looks like. And I'm also going to go ahead and I'm just going to transfer my center mark here. I can see it there to this opposite side like so, just so I know it's there. And now I'm going to use some double-sided tape. So now your pull should be closing to the left with the lining wrong side up, and your zipper is now right side up. I'm going to grab some double-sided tape. You could use pins if you have used cotton, but I did not, so. And I'm just going to put some double-sided tape along the top here. You can do this if your machine is sensitive. Just make sure that it's leaving 1/8 of an inch for top stitching there, where you won't sew through it. Just like so. And then what we're going to do is line this up. Oh, Riley's hacking up along, nice and centered, and stick it down nice and straight along your zipper tape where we put that tape, like so. The top edge of this should match up with the raw edge of the zipper tape. Riley, does everything look okay? think you can hear me. So take your time here because the zipper shows and you want to make sure that zipper is nice and straight. Okay. I'm going to remove this masking tape so I don't get it caught in the stitching. Now that I kind of got everything held in place. Again, I'm going to just adjust because I want the zipper to be nice and straight. Oh, Coco's getting in trouble. Can you guys hear her? Okay, so this is taking us over to step, what, turn back zipper pocket lining overs, blah, blah, blah. See your bottom pattern right set up. I kind of went ahead of the pattern, so I'm just making sure I didn't forget anything. Yes, we are. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to top stitch along this U, and that's going to hold that zipper in place. We're going to top stitch down here, across, and back up. I'm just going to check my bobbin again. Should be okay. Oh, Dexter's saying hi now. Oh my goodness, they must be getting fed. Across the bottom. Have your needle down if you have to move your zipper pull. And back up. Okay, so now we're going to kind of, what are we going to do next? What we want to do is what we got. So we have our center mark there. What we want to do is we want to flip this so we have the right side of the lining towards us and we're on the wrong side of our exterior. And we're going to fold this upwards and lining it up with that center mark on the unsewn side of the zipper and clip in place. Riley, was everything okay?
Yep.
Did it rain in the truck?
Nope.
Nothing stolen?
Nope.
Okay, good. Across the other side. So that's what we got, but we're not going to sew across there just yet. What we want to do is I'm going to remove one of these clips and I'm just going to fold the exterior side out of the way like so. So it's just revealing this side here, and same with the other side. But we want it to stay in place. That's why we have those clips. So we're going to take just the exterior and flip it out of the way. And then we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to sew. Make sure you're catching these little triangle pieces here that we cut away. Whoops, that we cut away here. We're just going to sew down here as well as sew down at this side, making sure we're not catching this exterior piece. And she does have the seam allowance there in step number 11 on page 17. And that's going to close up that pocket down the sides. I always backstitch over the zipper teeth just to give it a little extra something something. So one side done. I gotta be running out of bobbin soon. Same with the other side. Again, make sure you do not catch that exterior. We're just doing the lining. Sure it was caught on either side. I'm actually going to go just a little bit closer here. Didn't quite get close enough. There we go. All right. How are we making out? Are we good? How are you doing, Cynthia? We're almost done this back panel, you guys. And it's only 20 after 4. This bag is so fast. Okay, now we can trim off the excess zipper. Like so. And like so. You can take side clips off, and then you can put it nice and flat and put the clips back on. And that takes us over to page 18, step number 12. So what she does is she has us actually baste this on, but we're going to skip that step. We're going to do 2 steps all at once. We're going to take our other exterior top A. You're going to find your top and bottom centers. Still sewing good, Cynthia. I'm proud of you. Yay! Just don't overdo it if your foot gets sore. Okay, so just like we did with the front panel, we're going to take this top piece here, put it right sides together, match up that center, and add it into those clips all the way across. Now we are going into this one with a little bit of a larger seam allowance, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, we are. So the seam allowance is stated on page 18, step 13. So I am going to have to put my zipper foot on to obtain that seam allowance. But what we're going to do is we're going to sew across this with that seam allowance with our zipper foot on, and just like we did for this front panel, we're then going to flip this up and top stitch through that seam that we had just sewn. Okay, so I'm going to switch it into my zipper plate. And it's important that we get a very even seam allowance with this, just because we want these panels to be matching up for when we do our boxed corners, when all is said and done, when we go to finish up the bag. I'm going to double check my bobbin now. Oh, I still should be okay. I'm playing chicken with my bobbin, you guys. I'm hitting my camera with my... So again, this is a different seam allowance than we sewed the bottom part on with. Slightly bigger. Okay, going to push that seam upwards with it going towards the top, and then top stitch through that seam. Lovely. Okay, so there are our two front and back panels completely done. Our pull should now be closing to the left, which it is. How fast was that? That was really good. Okay. So yes, we can put the front and back panels aside for now. We're going to work on our connectors here. So I'm doing the crossbody version. So we want to find our connector piece. Where are you? These connectors here. So I've cut two because I am doing the crossbody version. Okay, let me double check what we're doing. So if you need the instructions for how to do the connector, that is on, did I do these right? Yeah, I did. These are on page 8, but we can just do it ourselves here. Okay, so what we want to do is find our center, mark a center line on both of these connectors, or how many ever connectors you're doing, depending which version you're doing. Draw a line. Same with on the other one. This is the last steps we need to do for the front and back panels. I'm going to take some double-sided tape. I'm actually going to go in with my 1/2 inch double-sided tape. Put it down the middle. You can use clips here too if you prefer. It's up to you. And then we're going to fold the long sides into that center line. And these are teeny tiny connectors. Same with the other one. Okay, and then we're going to top stitch down each of these sides with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance just to finish those off. Look how tiny they are though. So they should be the measurement that it says in the pattern once you've folded those in. So let's go top stitch them. I'm just going to go ahead and chain stitch these just to get it done faster. Less cutting. Okay, we can go ahead and we can take off the zipper foot for now. We will need it again later on, but we don't need it right now. There you go. Okay. Watch, I'll run out of bobbin doing these. Come on, let's do it. No, let's not. I'm playing bobbin chicken. And the other sides. Okay, that's this done. Hello, Diane. How was work? Okay, so our connectors should look like this. We got them all top stitched. Now we're going to grab our 2 little D-rings. And on the back side of these, I'm just going to put like little itty bitty bit of double-sided tape, not very much. On the wrong side. And then we're going to take the paper backing off of that. Oh, busy at work, was it? I hope it was at least nice weather. We're going to take our D-rings, take this flat side and put it along the wrong side, and then bring the connector wrong sides together and use that tape, or you can use a clip if you prefer, to hold that in place. Same with the other one. Okay, now we're going to make a mark from the raw side of these as per step number 1 on page 18. You're going to just draw that line with a pen that will erase. That one does not erase, this one does. Just like so. Okay, so now that takes us over to page 19, step number 2. And what we want to do is we want our front piece. Now this is we want our D-ring to be going into the bag. So this raw edge, right where we made that line, it is going to pretty much line up just under, see, like this. See, it's going to go like right here. Line up right up under where our top panel was. And you want that line we just drew to line up with this raw edge, so you got that amount hanging over. So that is on the left hand side. Oh no, I lied. That is if you were doing the wrist slit. That is where you would put it. You would just need the 1 D-ring on this side, and then you would base that in place. But we are doing the crossbody, so it's a little bit different. We're going to look at step number 2 under the crossbody section, and you'll see that measurement for the front panel from the right hand side. So you're going to take that and you're going to make a little mark like so. All right, and then you're going to take the D-ring again, the D-ring should be facing the bag, and we're going to line up to the left of that line that we just drew, and that line we drew across the connector should line up with that raw edge like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and get some clips to hold that in place. And while we're at that, we're going to grab our back panel, and we are going to do the exact same thing from the right hand side. And what that's going to do is when these are put together, that's going to put them on opposite sides so our crossbody will hang properly. So on this one you can see we have it on the right side here, and this one is on the left side. So when you have them facing you though, they are both going to come in from the same side. So I got my back panel coming from the right hand side, making that mark, taking my connector, and once again to the left of that mark, line up that line we drew on the connector with the top raw edge and clip in place, and then we're going to go ahead and we are going to baste those in place. Diane, how far are you on yours? I know that you worked a little bit on this over the weekend. That piece that we were talking about earlier, it worked out fine for me for measurement wise. It wasn't too small. So I'm not sure what happened there. So okay, so I'm just going to baste these in place. Do a little back stitch so that base doesn't come off. And same. Oh, I ran out of bobbin right there. That's pretty good. You're right where I am now? Perfect. We're almost done for the day. Switch out my bobbin. The goal today was to get through these front and back panels. Lining panels will be the first hour. Oh, you've done your lining already? Will be the first hour of the class on next Tuesday, and then the last hour we'll be putting it all together. Okay, now I'll base this one in place. Make sure it stays nice and straight. There we go. So again, when you have these wrong sides together, they should be opposite each other, which they are. So that is it for the front and back lining. Let me just reacquaint myself with something here. Okay. So just put this up to my face. I'm going to take Dawn off the screen. Everybody say bye, Dawn. Okay, so only one small thing for homework. We're going to call that it for that. I'm going to have you guys do your lining zipper pockets for homework. It's the same way we always do them. Do the whatever method that you like. Make sure you leave the bottom of that zipper pocket open because we will be turning the bag through the bottom of that pocket. So next class will be about the same length as this one. We will do the opposite lining side and the card slots on that side, and then we will be putting the whole bag together, and then we are done. So as you can see, like, these were the parts that took the most time, and they were super duper easy. The rest of this goes together very similar to a pouch, so it's going to be pretty fast to do. But I will walk you through how she does her card slots. It is perfection how she does her card slots. So yes, and I will actually take you over to my ironing station now that I have it over here when we go to do that. So yes, if for homework, make sure you have your crossbody strap or your wristlet, whichever version you were doing, done, as well as the lining zipper pocket, but keeping the bottom of that zipper pocket open for turning. Any questions about any of that, or are we good to go? So we're finished 25 minutes early, but I don't think we need to jump into all of that. It'll be about the same for class next week, and then we will be done this bag. But look how beautiful this is turning out. I'm very pleased with it. This is very feminine and delicate. So make sure, if you're making this, I'd love to see what materials you're making it in, so make sure you post it on the Facebook page. And yeah, that's it. I hope everybody has a great night, and I will see most of you on Thursday. If not, I will see you next Tuesday. Good night, everybody. Bye.